So apparently we might get a little bit of rain today. So I'm going to have a go at stringing a tarp up, although I'm not quite sure I'm going to do that here. Sure, we'll work it out. Got plenty of cordage anyway. It's looking gorgeous down here today. Very autumnal. I brought with me 3x3 tarp. Where's it going to go? I want to be in this sort of area, but the trees are quite a distance away. See what we can do. So I brought with me some pre-set up guy lines that have got these adjustable things on it. So you clip onto the end of the tarp, this end wraps around a tree, and then just pull on this to tighten things up. I will show you. I think I'm going to go from that tree and that tree, get the tarp over here somewhere. Let me show you how this works. Right, so this end here goes on the end of the tarp, just on one of the corners. This will do a job. And this end goes around your tree. We're going to have it reasonably high, so we'll set it up there. In fact, we'll do over this little... There we go, that's clipped on. And then you would tighten this up like this. There's quite a lot of slack in it because I want to be able to have plenty of adjustability. Right, first one on. Find the other end. Clip that on and then tighten things up a bit. Not a bad start. It's these next ones where it gets a little bit tougher. So I've come out for a little bit of lunch. Joe's at work, so I could either have lunch on my own at home or just get out and escape for a little bit, get away from that big screen in the living room. Right, where are we going to go over here? I think I might need to extend things a little bit, so I brought some extra cordage with me as well. That one there should be long enough. Wrap that round the tree and just connect that onto there. In fact, I'm going to put a loop on the end of this one. Just like your extension cables at home. There we go, now it's longer. We're going to try and stretch it all the way over to that little tree there. Come out for a bit of peace. That dog won't shut up. Let's add a little bit of tension. Well, it seems to be doing a job anyway. So far so good. I could, if I wanted, I suppose, just peg that down to the floor. But because I'm being greedy, we'll try and get it stretched out over there somewhere. Alright, I'm going to try something a little bit different for this one. We'll get this on the end of the tarp. As you can see, it's quite a long way to the tree, so I'm going to rig something up just a little bit closer. What do you reckon to my shelving? I think I'm going to use this. So I'm just going to rig a little knot on here. I think it's called a clove hitch. It's slipped my mind temporarily. So basically, dead easy to do. One loop that way. Let me show you. One loop that way, and then just pass them over each other. And then when you put that on there, oh, it's going to slip off there. There we go. Let me just show you from this angle. Yeah, and it just locks on there like that. So this is coming over here. I haven't brought any pegs with me, so I'm going to quickly knock one up, but in the meantime, just use this lump of wood. That'll do for a minute. Just use the same knot again. Ah, brambles have got me. I hate brambles. I've not left a lot on there for tensioning, but see if we can add a little bit. Can always pull on it from the other side, can't we? Just tidy things up a little bit. Just gonna raise this end up a little bit. Having that little carabiner on there makes it quite easy, so you can just unclip it, move it further up. There we go. Quite happy with that. Get stuff moved underneath here. Might as well use this little table setup on there. Although just disturbed somebody's house. Come on, set you free. Level things up a little bit if we can. There we go. Not perfect, but it'll do. Right. I'm putting a new little cook set together. It's still a work in progress. I'll have a look at that in a minute. I want to go a little bit old school and traditional. Bought my kettle as well. And I didn't bring my Fjordhaven chair. I bought something different today. If I can get it out. Here it is, look. So I bought this. I showed it just from the box when we went to the expo for the camping and caravanning club thing. Got one for me and for Joe. We go to festivals and things like that. Look at this. There we go. Really solid bench. You can adjust the height of it, all that kind of stuff. So if you want a little bench or table, whatever you want. I'm kind of regretting the unstealthy orange, but I suppose it's on brand. But yeah, there we go. First job is to get the kettle on. So I've gone pretty much a full Trangia setup. Had it ages. It just works, doesn't it? And I think it's something about, I've said it before, alcohol stoves. This is the Trangia Triangle. Although this is not the best pot support for the Trangia, I don't think. It's lightweight and I like it. Open it. Thought for a second I forgot my burner. I think this is the oldest stove I've got now. Well over 10 years anyway. Probably 13, something like that. Let's get it fired up. Even got matches, look. That is old school, isn't it? So I've got a match. So yeah, because it's usually easier to light these. You can use it as a wick. Try again, take two. If it don't work, try doubling up. That's a better flame, look. And I can put them into the alcohol. And it acts as a bit of a wick. The bioethanol I normally use is 96%, I think, from B&Q. So what I've done is I've watered it down, so it's 30% water, 70% bioethanol. And it takes it's a little bit harder to light, doesn't boil as quick, but it gives me more of a controlled flame for when I am cooking later. Doesn't burn as hot, and you get pretty much zero soot on the bottom of your pots and pans. It's one of them days. So that's been going well over a minute. It hasn't bloomed up yet. I'm in no rush though. Don't even care if it rains now. So while we wait for that to boil, I'm just going to measure out a little bit more fuel ready for cooking my steak. Because it's cold, I'm actually going to go 20% water. Got a little, well, Joe got me a little silicone measuring cup. This is bang on 100 millilitres from Hobbycraft, I think we got it. Just turns out 100 millilitres fills a Trangia. So we're going to go up to 20 ml in water. It's about there, near enough. If you put your water in first, you can always just tip a little bit out, can't you? And then up to 100. Oh, it's not bioethanol in here. Thought it was, it's meths. So we'll see how it works with the meths. Got a little bit of a little bottle ready. I'm not going to do it on my seat. Come on. It's a bit of luck as well, isn't it? So you might be able to see that it's bloomed. So that's with 30% water. So we're boiling water with water. Although it's taking a little bit longer. But the flame's not wild, where it usually is. We're simmering away, certainly hot enough for my cuppa. I'm going to use the rest of that hot water to start my dinner off as well. Picked up a little waterproof food bag from IKEA, £2. These are great. Create a little bit of space, shall we? Don't need that water now. We've got spice tin, green beans, a couple of mushrooms, don't ask, and then we've got some ribeye steak. I'm going to use this for my rubbish as well. So I've got two of these. One's going to have rubbish written on it, and use that to, for see bits and bobs on the trail. I can put it in there, or take my rubbish home with me. Oh, a bit of butter as well. Just take that off there a minute. Save a bit of fuel. Right. Empty the stuff that I don't need now back into there. Thought I forgot my workstation. Right, I'll have a few green beans. I don't want loads. I've only got a small pan to finish them off in, so I'm going to just heat them up a little bit in some hot water first, then finish them off in the steak juice. Should be enough. Probably don't need to cut the ends off these, but in fact, I'm not going to bother. Just get them in the pan as they are. We will cut them in half, just so they can fit in a little bit easier. Perfect. Let's top up. They do recommend that you leave this to cool down completely. This is the 20% water. Should be enough. Alright, don't need that now. Let's get it lit. Straight in for the two things. There we go. That looks better already. Just give them a couple of minutes just to bring that water back up to temperature. Tiny frying pan. It's part of the Trangia mini setup. Hoping that the steak fits in it. Right, let's see what we're dealing with. We've got a nice piece of ribeye there, look. Get this coffee out of the way first. Cheers, guys. Just needs our Joey here to be perfect. So Joe cooked us tea last night. Bacon and mushrooms on toast was lovely. She got sidetracked while she was chopping the mushrooms. Two got left. Random. It's kind of how we both roll these days. We've got 1,000,001 different things going off in our head, and sometimes we don't finish the simple tasks. So these don't need hardly any cooking at all, so I'm going to take them off now. Frying pan on. A little bit of lard. Or butter. So that might be a little bit too hot. We shall see. We'll get the mushrooms in first. Can always add them back at the end while the steak is resting for a minute. The simmering on just to cool things off a little bit. Get that off again. That's better. The smell was lovely. Don't like that pot gripper. Feel like it's marked the pan already, just on one corner. We don't want that. I have got the other little one, but I've forgotten to bring it with me. They can go back on the heat while the steak is resting at the end. Let's get this ready for action. That looks alright, doesn't it? Right, what are we going to put on it? Do we just go salt and pepper? Do we go a little bit of steak seasoning? Right, I always get asked, where did I get this little set from? It's from Amazon. I will put a link in the description below, although getting a little fed up with people saying I'm trying to plug it. Either you want it or you don't. I'm not bothered. I made about £13 in affiliate things last month, which is, it's not going to set the world on fire, is it? But yeah, the link is in the description to the spice set. That pan is getting nice and hot. Maybe too hot. There we go, that'll do for now. Although, that is the sound that you want, isn't it? It only just fits in the pan. Better. Because we can get a bit more of that butter basted on top of it, in the pan anyway. I'll have to use it. Be careful. Create a bit more space again. Is it too early, do you think? No, I don't. Ho, ho, ho. I'm not the kind of person that leaves his steak in the pan too long. Look at that on that plate. The wooden plate. Get these back in with all of this meat juice. Let's get some of these in as well. feel like it's a good time to cut into that steak. Come on. Oh, look at that. That is tender. I've not even had a bite yet, but you know, you just know, don't you? Oh, look at that. Mouth is watering. Let's get some veggies on the plate as well. We're going all fancy. Jamie Oliver. If you don't serve it on a board, it's not worth serving, is it? What do you think of that? That looks fantastic. Looks awesome. What's the old saying? The proof is in the eating. You want to go first? Oh wow. You don't have to chew it. It just falls apart. So good. Very artsy. Have a mushroom. Because I'm not just a carnivore, you know. Crunchy. I didn't show Jo this. I know she's at work now. She'll be eating some microwave curry that she's stuck. We do live very different lives sometimes. Sorry, darling. I'll save you some. Quite pleased with my little cook set. Do need to make a couple of little tweaks to it though. Quite happy with how the tarp's gone as well. Although, where's the rain? Got to be prepared, don't you? That was lovely. Is it wrong to lick the plate? Suppose I better have a got washing up. I haven't brought much with me, so we'll just heat things up a little bit. Get some hot water on the go, I suppose. Should have brought some bread and just mopped it up, shouldn't I? This is where my little bag comes in handy. You know, you can take stuff if it's not perfectly clean and you want to wash up at home, or your rubbish, and you know it's not spoiling your bag or anything. Then you can rinse this out, can't you? With soapy water. I'll do it for now. Give it a proper wash when I get home. Oh, by the way, look. Absolutely zero soot on the bottom. So water in, 10%, 20%, whatever it is, water down your fuel. Makes it cleaner. So I'm hoping next week to be out in the tent. We've had some really bad wind lately, but it's nice, when you can't get out camping or something gets in the way, it's nice when you can just come out and set up camp, so to speak, for the day. You just practice using your gear, practice setting up bits of equipment, tweaking things just to see how they work. A few little things that I'm not happy about with the cook system, but hopefully I've got them tweaked for next time. Quite like my little mushroom. Used it quite a bit in the house actually. It's a good time to just plonk my backside back down on it again. Might get the kettle back on, have another cuppa and just chill out for an hour by myself. So I'm going to switch the camera off for a little bit, chill out, and I'll bring you back when I'm taking the tarp down. I've thoroughly enjoyed that today. It's really easy taking the tarp down. Unclip. We'll collect them in a minute. It's a good time to give it a bit of a shake off. Unclip the next one. These make it dead easy to make sure everything's nice and taut. Get it in the bag. It's dry, so that's a bonus. Carabiners are much easier than having to tie knots. Might just clip it on actually. There we go. This is the one with the extension cable on it. How easy it is. Forgot about this one. Yeah, Clovich, just pull it, comes undone most of the time. There we go. Find this is the best way to tie guy lines up. And then when you're ready to go, you can actually pull it out from that side. It just unravels itself. Forgot something. Although you can carry these, I think. The man had like a... There you go. Like a banjo. Leaves everywhere. That's me done, I think. One last look around just to make sure we've not left anything. Oh, we'll pick this up. Keep using this again and again, and stays drier if it's stood up. A couple of things I've got left on the shelves. So thanks again for keeping me company today. I shall see you next time, hopefully.